Hey guys, and welcome to today's first impressions video, the video game series in which we look at a recently released title and I give you my first thoughts and impressions on it. Today we're looking at the rather disappointing Yacht Mechanic Simulator. It's got everything there that you would expect it to have, but it's just not really gelling for me, and I think a lot of that stems from the movement system in this game. But as always, we'll look through the settings first, then we'll jump straight into the game and I will give you my first thoughts and impressions in a little bit more detail. So let's not waste any more time, let's jump straight into it. Okay, so the settings then. Unfortunately, it starts bad and just gets worse. There are none. There is literally no graphic settings here at all. And for a game that is quite pretty and has a lot of things to render, I would expect better. You get your main quality options, a VSync, full screen, resolution, and field of view. There's no AA, there's no texture quality, there's no draw distance, there's no frame rate limitation outside of VSync. It's all just a little bit disappointing, and I would expect more from a game published by Playway, honestly. It's simply not good enough. I want more graphics options to be able to customize this game completely, considering again how good it actually kind of looks. Controls, they are rebindable. This does work with a controller as well, although it works perfectly fine and probably a little bit easier with keyboard and mouse. Your audio settings: master volume, music volume and effects volume, and master volume is set to maximum even though music and effects is not. So that's something worth bearing in mind as well. And then your language options, you've got a decent amount of languages here. So yeah, kind of disappointing where the graphics options are concerned, but it is what it is. Let's jump straight into the game. Alright, we're in the game, and the first thing that I'm going to moan about is the loading times. They are horrendously bad. They take a lot of time to load in. And again, that just further compounds the fact that the game needs better optimization and better graphics options, because if it's taking my PC a long time to load into the game, I can only imagine what somebody with a lesser system is going to have to struggle with. The movement is okay until you decide to look at a yacht, right? The movement's okay until you actually have to go in and do the yacht thing, and then it puts you into this sort of overhead, move wherever you want to kind of sort of view, and it's very wishy-washy, and I don't like it. It doesn't feel very prompt. Like with the other mechanic simulators that I've played, it knocks you into the screen, but then you zoom in on one item and then you can move around the vehicle that you want to access to get to that much better. It's much snappier, it's much cleaner, it's just a nicer feel. This feels very wishy-washy. It feels like it's a right pain in the backside to basically get to what it is you're trying to get to, and the fact that you've got to kind of press space to rise up instead of just jumping from bit to bit is a bit annoying. You've got your objectives on the right hand side. The game starts you with $15,000, so you can buy the pieces that you need to buy, and you can start by pressure washing, just because this is something else that's a problem. Your pressure washer is kind of also wishy-washy and goes all over the screen, even though I'm aiming at one certain part of the boat. It's a bit awkward and nowhere near as satisfying as, say, playing Power Wash Simulator. It's like Power Wash Simulator, but worse. Now, bearing in mind this is a yacht mechanic simulator, but I don't know, it just feels like they could have maybe done a better job with this. It's a bit... Again, it's just wishy-washy. It doesn't feel clean. It doesn't feel snappy. It doesn't feel sharp. It feels a bit all over the place and a bit of a ball ache to try and get it to aim where I want it to go. You do have a progress sort of meter as you go through and look at the cleaning process. You don't have to clean it all to get it to 100%, but obviously you're going to want to make it look as pretty as is possible. Once you finish cleaning, you can then choose your hand symbol to look at the pieces that you need. These things with like clear shapes are things that you need to replace. You are going to have to buy those from the shop. Now, I've not actually used the shop yet, because in the tutorial you don't need to. So we're going to look in miscellaneous. We're going to try and look miscellaneous. No? I guess not. Is that not the shop? That's my inventory. See, this is what I mean. It's just very, very wishy-washy. So I can't get anything, even though I need it. I don't understand. And this is what I mean. Like, so I've got to fill this, right? I've got to mount this, but there's nothing there to mount. And it's not there. I don't understand, game. You're not gonna let me buy the thing I need to buy, but I need to buy the thing I need to buy. This is the problem with the game. Like, nothing is really explained very well. Like, it gives you the sort of rough idea with the tutorial, but it doesn't go into buying parts. It doesn't go into the shop part of anything. It doesn't really tell you anything that you really need to know. So you're kind of just left to sort of figure it out. You can access pretty much any part of the boat that you need. As you can see, there are bits that need changing and replacing. There are mini games with each bit of this. So as you can see, we're going to have to remove this first. But in order to do that, I'm going to have to... I keep pressing escape as well, but you don't. You need to hit this wheel here and hit back. And so just pressing escape to go back. Escape just takes you to the menu, which is really annoying. Again, it just feels awkward and wishy-washy. So with the removal of certain things, you'll have screws, nuts and bolts, or your bigger bolts, which you're going to use your ratchet for. And you have to select the right tool, and then once you select your right tool, you basically just move it there like that, and then you can remove the item, and then you've got to refill it with a new one, which it won't let me buy. So I can't buy a new one. The game, as a result, isn't good. Also, it kind of won't let me use the mouse here to select a new option, which feels like it's a bit of a... It's just... It's finicky. It's not good. And it could be done so much better. Just give me a tablet or something like they have in Car Mechanic Simulator, where I can just buy the item I need, as opposed to having a shop item but that's not actually a shop. So I'm assuming I've got to go back to the laptop, which is in the office, which again just takes more time and is not very good. Overall, I am very, very disappointed in this game. I like my mechanic simulators. I saw this on Keymailer. I applied for it. I was expecting good things, and I have been disappointed. It's not fun. It's frustrating, and honestly, it's a shame because this game could have been a lot better. So there you have it. Let me know in those comments down below if you agree or disagree with what I think. I am personally not a fan. I think that the way that you move around the ship is not a fun and enjoyable experience. I feel like the power washer is wishy-washy, and you've got to get really close to certain areas for it to work, even though you're going over what you need. If you get too close, however, it won't clean it at all. It won't deem it as doing anything. It's all over the place, and it's a shame. But there you go. That is Yacht Mechanic Simulator, guys. It is a disappointment. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.